What up, guys? Mad Viking back. Big day today in wrestling. For those of you who don't know, today was the second rally for All Elite Wrestling. It was their pool party in Vegas to promote their upcoming pay-per-view in May, Double or Nothing, which is All in 2. I figured this was going to be the event where they discussed new signees, bringing in more talent, and of course they did that. They did discuss at the beginning of the show there is going to be a pre-sale for a select group, I guess, of lucky people, whoever get this email, for a chance. It didn't say where either. It could be anywhere in this arena, I'm sure. I'm sure they're not selling out the first rows, but it doesn't hurt to try or look, right? There's going to be a pre-sale code. This is currently up right now on allelitewrestling.com for you to go and sign up for if you're interested. You want to buy tickets for Double or Nothing. It'll give you the information on the site. I can't remember what day. I think it's Monday. The last day to sign up for this is going to be Sunday at some time, 10 a.m., 10 p.m., I believe. And the ticket sales, this pre-sale tickets are going to go on sale at 9 a.m. And this is going to be blood in the water, sharks circling. It's going to be just as bad, if not worse, than I think when All In went on sale and they sold out in 30 minutes. This is not going to be for the entire show. This is a select area, I guess a select group. Who's ever lucky enough to get this code, like I said, I did enter. If I get it for shits and giggles, I'll buy some tickets. I can't go, obviously. I live in Florida. But I'll put them on sale, or maybe do some huge giveaway. You know, say we get my numbers up to like 5,000 on the channel, I'll do a all-in. I might do that, depending on how big the ticket or how pricey these tickets are going to be. So we'll have to see. I'm sure now that there's a big money backer, they're not going to be selling tickets for like 20 bucks like they were, or whatever it was for the last pay-per-view. But anyway, like I said, if you're interested, go sign up, allelitewrestling.com. Like I said, they made it sound like a select few, because obviously it is. I mean, they're not putting the arena on sale. So it's only going to be a certain amount, a couple thousand, I don't know. They also announced that there will be a Double or Nothing after party after the event that fans can go to. They didn't say anything that there's going to be tickets for sale or whatever. I'm sure if you have a ticket stub, you're probably going to get in. I don't think they're going to gouge us for like an extra $100 to go take pictures with the wrestlers. I mean, but the party is going to be hosted by SCU, and it will be held. I don't remember if they even said where it was going to be held, but I'm sure that will be released here in the future. So there's going to be a big after party afterwards with all the wrestlers as well. Okay. I'm not going to jump into that right now. This is from the last time, though. They didn't announce this at the first All-In rally, but they already, through other sources that I picked up, they had already signed 3 Chinese wrestlers for All Elite Wrestling. It just hasn't officially been announced. At one point, I did get their names, but their names were so ridiculous, and I didn't see them on the screen to even attempt to write them down. But these were male wrestlers. They were discussed at the All-In rally. 2 of them were supposed to be, what did they say, Kung Fu and Circus Soleil combined or something. So there are 3 other male wrestlers. I don't know. I'm assuming they're going to be at all or Double or Nothing. They did announce partnerships with OWE. This is the company in China. This is where these guys are coming from. Their vice president, their CEO, and legendary wrestler Zima came out, gave a little speech, said they're bringing their style to America and they're challenging AEW's best. And I will say this, SCU did come out and they challenged them to bring 2 of their best to challenge SCU at Double or Nothing, which I would assume would be Kaz and Scorpio Sky. Their vice president, of course, is Michael Nee. CEO is Dragon Fu. I don't know what this guy's problem was, but he talked like a stereotypical samurai. I was like, "Oh, we are coming to America." It was, you know, it's kind of funny. But I did say SCU came out. Daniels offered an open challenge. They also announced a partnership with AAA. That's in Mexico, kids. For those of you who don't know who AAA is, they're a big legendary company in Mexico. There's about 3 big companies. CMLL is another one. But they did talk about how AAA is the company, elite company of Mexico, and they only sign modern top wrestlers, and that was something they looked at and liked, and that's why they formed a partnership. Now, one of their wrestlers came out, Sammy Guevara. If you don't know who he has a YouTube channel. This is a fabulous wrestler. I know who he is. Last time I physically saw him wrestle a match was on Lucha Underground versus Jack Swagger. I did hype this match up, told people to go see it, however long ago it was. And this kid did a backflip off the second balcony, if not a double backflip, and broke his ankle, shattered it. And he was out of wrestling for quite a while, and he's recently made his comeback. He did come out. Now, this is what I thought was weird, because a few of these wrestlers, there was only one who said he's all elite, he's signed to All Elite Wrestling, and I'll get into that. But Sammy Guevara did come out. He came out holding the AAA Cruiserweight title. He's the current champion, obviously. He said he's going to be the future of the promotion. He's going to be a Double or Nothing. Like I said, check this kid out. He is a kid. I don't know how old he is. He might be in his 20s. He might be like 21. I don't know. He's definitely a cruiserweight, though. I would say he's in the mold, and I can't even think of the dude's name right now. So I guess that doesn't even matter. Let me see. Adam Page did come out at one point. Talked about how he couldn't come out here in wrestling gear because Cody thinks he's fat. He needs to get into shape because this is an ongoing gimmick on All Elite, their channel. He was interrupted by Pac, who looks insane crazy. Pac reminded him that he hasn't gone anywhere and he's still coming for him. It's going to be the Bastard versus the Cowboy. I can't remember the rest. But Page did have a nice one-liner at the end of it. He's like, "Well, Pac is doing what Pac does best, sitting at home," because he should have been. He said he should have been there for the event. Chances are he's in Japan, but they don't say that. So that's obviously set up for Double or Nothing, even though it wasn't announced. But you know, I think it's very safe to say it's Adam Page versus Pac at Double or Nothing. No. Oh, and Pac did say he called all of the members of the Elite. Oop. What is that? Cocky elitist, and he was going to take each and every one of them down. And that Page wasn't on his level. What is that? All right. So there was that. Tag team wrestling was talked about, promoted, say they're going to bring it back full stream to the main event level. Out came Chucky T and Trent Beretta. They were already kind of secretly announced that they had been signed, but it wasn't officially announced. And they didn't really say that they were signed here, but they said they made a right choice coming to the company, so take that for what it's worth. I'm sure they're already in the company, which led to the Bucks coming out and going, yeah, they were one of our favorite, they're our favorite wrestlers, tag teams to wrestle. And the last Ring of Honor show I went to, that's who they fought in the main event. It was a triple threat match with Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks. I have a clip of this. My phone ran out of juice at that time, so I didn't get the match on there. I got their entrance in about 2 minutes of the match. I can't remember who they teamed up with. If Omega was in the match, I don't know. Go to my channel. You can find it. All right. But after that, the Bucks came out to thank, the crowd or whatever, because the best friends were now in AEW. Well, then some music hit, and out came the Lucha Brothers, Phoenix, and Pentagon Jr. Now, it was all over the internet a few days ago how the Bucks surprised everybody at a show where the Lucha Brothers were wrestling, offered them a deal. Well, they basically said that they were the #1 tag team in the world and the Lucha Brothers were #2, and if they want to say otherwise, they should come to AEW and challenge for the title. And they offered them a contract on the spot with a handshake deal, and I do believe the Lucha Brothers shook their hand, but on the Elite, when they showed it, the video stopped. But anyway, the Lucha Brothers came out. Phoenix spoke, basically said they're coming to change the universe and become the #1 tag team in the world. Pentagon spoke in Spanish, and then they attacked the Young Bucks, pretty much. Matt Jackson took a pile driver, and of course the two announcers were hyping it up for the rest of the event. Matt Jackson has a bad back, which he does. I forget how I saw the video of Matt Jackson being basically carried to the back after All In, after they did that little speech in the ring. Well, you couldn't tell he was hurt, and I really never saw him clinching his back during the match, but he was basically carried to the back after the show, and he had to have his back iced down. And basically they told the world he has major back problems. And I'm sure that's one of the reasons why they didn't go to WWE, because their schedule probably would have killed him. So, what am I getting at? Oh, anyway, so it's going to be, obviously, and they were hinting that tag team wrestling could be the main event, and AEW is going to push it, and I'm assuming that means the Jacksons versus the Lucha Brothers at Double or Nothing. Come on, where did I write this down? Okay. Sunny Kiss came out. This was somebody that was brought to the company by Brandy. Sunny Kiss, for many of you who don't know, is Exolicious from Lucha Underground. I guess it's a he, but he does a very flamboyant gay character. If you've never watched it, I'm not real high on it. He's a decent wrestler from what I can tell, but he's usually gets the first couple of minutes of offense in a match, and then he usually takes a beating, and of course he does all the gay flailing around and all that crap. So I'm not real high in his character, but I mean, if they brought him in, he must be good. I've just haven't really seen a lot of his matches. But yes, Exolicious will be at Double or Nothing. He did say that. Brandy Lee also brought to the company Kylie Rae. I think I have my new crush. I know who Kylie Rae is. It just took me a little bit because I think I'm confusing Kylie Rae with... Isn't there two Kylie Raes? One's in the UK or something. But no, this girl's good looking. Like I said, I think I got my new crush. Man, did she seem like a cool chick. But anyways, when she was brought out, some other music hit, and out came Nyla Rose. Don't know who this chick is, but she's basically in the mold of a Nia Jax. Probably not as tall and not as big. So they have this chick with the company as well. And what do they have? Brett Baker and Penelope Ford, and I'm sure Brandy's going to wrestle. Oh yeah, where is this? Where are these names? No, I wrote it down somewhere. Brandy Lee also announced at this part of the show that she personally signed these two talents, or at least for Double or Nothing, because I'm assuming these two talents are with OWE. The crowd seemed to know who this person was. Yuka Sakazuki. They showed a picture of her. The girl looks like she's 12 years old, but so does Kira Zane, but this girl looks 12 years old. But the crowd seemed to know who she was. She got a nice little pop. And then she also announced, where's the name? Aja Kong. Never heard of her, never seen her, but she looks like a dude, let's just put it that way. And the crowd was like, holy shit, because this girl looks like a dude. Kind of scary looking. But it was announced both these girls would be at Double or Nothing, so I'm assuming this would be like a women's tag team match. Let me see. Got that. Yeah, got that. Well, of course, I knew at this pool party rally, it was finally going to be announced. If you lived under a rock and you didn't follow wrestling, you know that Kenny Omega was still signed to New Japan Wrestling until January 31st. Granted, now, what is it, February 8th today? No, 7th? What is it today? I don't know. Anyway, it had to have been at this pool party he was going to be announced. And there were so many people, oh, he's going to the WWE. They gave you all the hints in the world on All Elite, being the Elite, that Kenny Omega was going with his friends. He lost his phone on one of the last, maybe 2-3 episodes ago in Japan. The last show where all the members were together. Even Marty was there. And it was left somewhere in a bush outside the arena. And the camera panned on it, and you heard tick, 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 tick. Just like the same countdown clock that Paige heard, Cody heard, the Young Bucks heard. That was your signal. That was your sign. He was going to All Elite Wrestling. But, of course, all the big YouTube channels and the marks just couldn't shut up about him going to the WWE and appearing in the Royal Rumble. But like I said, there was no way in hell he was going to the Royal Rumble. Anyways, Kenny Omega did come out, and he officially said he signed to AEW. And they like to keep throwing around this universe slang, because quite a few of them said it tonight. He was coming to officially change the universe. Dig, dig, dig. And he was looking to fight top talent. He was getting ready to do his little sign-off at the end, you know, it's, well, I must bid you adieu. Jericho's music hit. Coming out to Judas, and of course, if you've not heard Jericho's CD Judas, go buy it. It's a great CD. I'm still listening to it almost every day in my car. It's been out, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 months, a year. I don't know. But anyway, he came out. They didn't really say anything. They just got face to face, and Jericho popped Omega. Omega popped Jericho. Out came security, which is led by Billy Gunn. I thought I recognized the other dude, but then his back was toward the camera, so it was hard to say who he was. And they split them up, and Jericho was doing his spiel. You son of a bitch! I want a rematch! And the fans were chanting rematch. So obviously, they're fighting at Double or Nothing. Which right now, I don't know any other way where that could go. Because who at this point would they fight? But nothing was set up for Cody. No, that I could tell. Yeah, Cody did come out and talk, and I don't really even remember what he talked about, to tell you the truth. So it wasn't anything important. But yeah, Cody was probably the only one who didn't have some sort of a setup for a future match. So, oh, and I will say this did not happen on the show, but this happened on Cody's new YouTube channel. What is it? Nightmare Family? Nightmare something. And one episode, who is it? Colin Darby? I'm sure this was done as a joke, but I would assume this is totally a joke, because in the episode, of course, Flip Gordon came to the back after the match or after the show, and they all hugged, had their little thing, but he came in with Colin Darby. I think I'm saying his name right. I know it's Darby. I just recently learned, I hope it's not true, he's the husband of Priscilla Kelly. God, that girl is fine. Even though she rolls around in dirt and whatever. The last video where she puked on a guy, she didn't look so hot, but she is a gorgeous girl. Anyway, supposedly that's his wife. So if it's true, we'll probably see her in All Elite Wrestling or something at some point. But anyway, Cody came up and he's like, hey man, I love your work. How'd you like to make $1 million? And Colin's just like, and that's kind of how it was left. That's kind of how it was left hanging. So I would assume somewhere down the line, Colin's going to be introduced. But that wasn't all of it. I don't know if it was another episode of the Nightmare Family, whatever Cody's channel is, or if it was Being the Elite. But Cody was talking to Christopher Daniels. They were watching a video of this particular person, but there was another video. They were in a bar, and he came in and slapped Brandy around a little bit and did his little, I don't want to give it away yet and say who it is. But this guy, I think, I swear I just heard this yesterday, he is signed to AEW, or at least coming in to AEW. And this person is Jimmy Havoc. Great wrestler. Everybody was calling, I think it was on Being the Elite now that I think about it, because everybody was calling him Marty Scurll's replacement. Marty Scurll's not being replaced, people. Marty Scurll is still under contract with Ring of Honor until the end of April. So, yeah, we can expect him farther down the road, too. But Jimmy Havoc, great wrestler, if you don't know who he is. He got hurt in 2016 or 17, and he kind of has been off the radar, except for the last few months. He's made his comeback to wrestling. But Jimmy Havoc is a great wrestler. You want to check him out, go look on YouTube. So, yeah, if I'm saying it wrong, Colin Darby. Oh, yeah, this is a great video of this guy to go look for, too. I know he wrestles in MLW here in Florida, and he was wrestling a match with Sami Callihan, and he was taped to a chair, or tied up to a chair, and there's a second-story balcony in this club where they filmed MLW, and I've only seen the clip once, and I don't even remember how I ran into it, but you probably can find it. Sami Callihan somehow got this guy tied up in a chair, lifted him up onto the railing of the balcony in the second story, threw him off the balcony. His hands and feet were tied. He had no way to protect himself. Backwards into the ring, which would have been 10, 15 feet fall. Blew my effing mind. They showed him falling. They didn't show what happened when he hit. I would assume that chair splintered into pieces, but that was an amazing clip. That was the coolest thing I had seen in a while. So you look for that. I highly recommend it. That's how I know. Well, that's not how I know his work. But he is he's pretty big international star. So is Jimmy Havoc. But anyways, like I said, those two guys are probably going to be announced or put into something in the future, so be on the lookout for that. Like I said, Jimmy Havoc's already been on an episode of Being the Elite, and I know for a fact he was in this video package that they showed on Cody's channel. So he's definitely a part of the group in some form or fashion. But anyway, guys, that was it for today. Today was the big day, another big day in wrestling, AEW's Pool Party. This is on YouTube right now, but I don't recommend going back and watching it. I don't know if it was technical difficulties or what. The video, you'd think the video froze, but it didn't. There'd be huge gaps where the video stopped, and then the video would pick back up. So I couldn't tell you if there was things missed from a video crash, or that was I don't know. It was just really weird. Excalibur was at this event, along with, I don't know, whatever. So he's obviously in tight with this group because he was at All In too, announcing. But like I said, if you want to go watch it. But there was something obviously wrong with the broadcast, and it is really obnoxious. But anyways, guys, that's it for now. Just wanted to get that out. Today was the AEW Pool Party. Interested in tickets, like I said, go to alleatewrestling.com right now. All you got to do is give me your email address. If you're picked, you're picked. I don't know. I don't really have anything else to say. That was it. Hit like, leave a comment, subscribe, hit that notification button, all that good stuff for future content so you don't miss out. That's it for now. Mad Viking out.